today's video, we're going to talk about the trail arm. For right-handers, that's obviously going to be your right arm, your right hand. So I'm going to predominantly be saying right this, right that all the time. So I apologize to all you lefties out there. So a lot of people want to know about right arm, tucking the right elbow into the right side, and drills on how to make that happen. You've probably seen videos out there talking about Ben Hogan and how Ben Hogan he was a big advocate. He always talked about getting that, leading with that right elbow and getting that in there. Well, if you're having difficulty with getting that right elbow tucked in on your downswing, it's really a result of a poor takeaway or a poor weight shift on your downswing. Let me explain. Normally, if we take the club up with that, keeping that left elbow tucked in until the right hand gets about to the level of your right shoulder, and then get some separation, and then we do our weight transfer properly, the tucking of that right elbow back into that right side is going to be a natural result of how we took it back and how we did our weight shift. If you're taking it back with that elbow separated from your right side, you're taking it up like this, it's going to be very unnatural for you to suddenly go from a separated right elbow to suddenly a tucked right elbow. It's going to cause you're really making a compensation. And it's going to cause your swing plane to get all out of whack. It's going to go from one spot to another spot, and it's just not a natural move. And that's why you're probably looking for some sort of drill to help you do that. If you took it back, keeping it tucked without having any separation until your hand reached the level of your right shoulder, it's going to be a more natural thing for it to go back the same way it came. The second cause of a flying right elbow and the difficulty in getting it to come back down to your side is your weight shift. If you're coming to the top and simply just turning your hips and trying to turn that left hip out of the way, which is an improper weight shift or improper turn, that's going to throw the club out and away. It's going to throw it out like this and inside, that's a slicer's swing path. And if you're turning like that, it's also going to throw your shoulders are going to turn in more of a horizontal action rather than in the tilting action that we want. So how do you fix that? By doing a proper weight transfer and by doing a proper rotation. If you've watched my other videos, you've seen me talk about the compound pivot, where our hips actually tilt and turn and then tilt and then turn, okay? Well, we don't do 4 separate things. The way that we naturally make this happen will cause the tilt and turn to just happen, okay? And the way we do that is lifting the left heel and letting the left knee bend kind of out and back while we straighten the right knee. And that's how we get into our backswing position. And then the right swing or the forward swing position is doing the opposite. It's basically lifting the right heel and straightening the left leg, the left knee. Now, when you do that, you'll see from the side here, as I go like that and I start that, this hip actually will start kind of out, not quite a 45-degree angle, but somewhat of a 45-degree angle. And what that does is that causes my right side here and my right hip to go from this high position in the backswing to a low position. Now look, did you see what happened in my right arm? Do you see what's happening to that right elbow? I'm not forcibly making that happen. If I keep this arm in this position and I do that weight shift like that, this starts coming down. When I have my left arm on there, as my right side drops low, the left side goes high. The left shoulder goes high, left hip goes high, and that pulls this left arm. Well, what it does is you'll see it's pulling, this left arm is pulling the right hand down, which is forcing that elbow into the side. So, if you want drills on how to get the right elbow to tuck back into that right side in your downswing, don't focus on that. Focus on your weight shift. Okay, we're gonna lift the left heel. We're gonna straighten the right knee. We're going to lift the right knee or right heel and straighten the left. And that will cause the base of our spine to swing, and the momentum is gonna cause us to turn through. And as that happens, that right elbow is going to naturally tuck back into that side, and we're going to go right through the shot. That's how you get to your right elbow to tuck back in. Don't waste your time on trying to do Hogan drills, because you'll never get the timing right on that. Again, you have to take it back. Take it back the way you want it to come down. Don't let that right elbow separate from your body on the backswing, okay? It's got to stay tucked until you get turned. And then once you're turned, you'll see there's some separation. And then when you go forward with that left arm pulling, it's naturally going to come back to that position. Another thing that's important, in my swing I talk about not doing a deliberate roll of the forearms this way and a deliberate roll back that way. I say don't do a deliberate roll. That doesn't mean there's not some roll happening. Key point here, it's happening, we're not making it happen, so don't try to make it happen, okay? But as we keep this elbow tucked, what that helps do is you'll see this forearm will start to open up, okay? That will help get our swing, keep our swing on the swing plane, okay? You've heard the swing plane, right? Well, folding this is going to take it back on the actual swing plane. When we keep it separated, we're actually coming off the swing plane. Some people think this might be a swing plane, but it's not. If you look at the angle of the club with the head, it's actually got to come back on that same angle so it can come down that same way. Well, the only way to do that is to keep this elbow tucked as you go back. And then when you come forward, it's going to come down on the exact same line, the same plane that it went up on. And with the pulling of that left arm, again, we're not consciously pulling that left arm. The left arm is being pulled by this shoulder going up. That's pulling the left arm down, okay? That's going to pull the right hand down, and it's going to pull that elbow right back into that side, okay? From this side, see, we don't deliberately roll. We're letting it open because we're keeping this against our side until we get back here. And then as we pull that left side up, it pulls everything back into place, and you snap the club through impact, okay? So again, right elbow drills to get it tucked. It is the result of an improper takeaway and an improper weight shift. You fix those two things, and you're never going to have to think about that right elbow again. And you're not going to have to practice some sort of weird, unnatural, difficult to repeat motion. It's going to become very natural, okay? So, review, keep it tucked, do the proper weight shift going back by lifting the left heel, straightening the right knee, and then reverse everything. Do not independently move your arms. Keep your arms up like this. Let your shoulders pull your arms, okay? And then you'll naturally turn and snap through the ball, okay? So that's how you fix the right arm tuck. If you like what you've seen, please hit like, and please subscribe to my channel so you can see some of my other videos. If you're shocked that that looked too simple, it really is that simple. And just go out in your backyard or in your living room and give it a try. And I think you'll be surprised at how easy your golf swing can really be. So thanks for watching. Please check out my other videos when you get a chance. Please check out my website at yoursimplegolfswing.com. Thank you very much, and happy golfing.